It's always good to start with the cough, right? Sorry. I mean, I don't know. I tell you, my asthma has been just out of control forever now. I can't seem to get it chilled out. But anyway, we have just a single break tonight, and that is a half case of Bowman Draft Baseball. It is the back half of a case that we started on Wednesday night. I guess it was our giant new release Wednesday that we had. Before we get started ripping into things, I do have some information to go over, so let me get that spreadsheet up where we can take a look at it. I also need to get myself logged in here on YouTube, so hang on for a second while I try to accomplish that. Sometimes it logs me out randomly. I have no idea. All right, so feedback. It is completely automated on eBay, so you never have to wait on me. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you will instantly get the same in return. And far more importantly is a big thank you. Always appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, hanging out with me. You guys keep me company, keep me on the straight and narrow. This is a look at what's already listed on eBay that we're going to be breaking in the upcoming days. So tomorrow night we're going to start a little early, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. We're going to open a half case of Leaf autographed football jerseys and the back half of the case of Prism basketball that we started on Wednesday. On Monday night, we'll open the back half of the case of Panini Elite Extra Edition baseball. And in that particular break, there are two different bidding categories in addition to our teams. So you have the usual team stuff like you would expect, and then you also have a bidding spot for all Team USA cards and a bidding spot for unsigned international players, okay? Tuesday night, why does this keep coming up there? I have no idea. Like every day, I think I've deleted that, and then like every day it's back there. So I have no idea what that's about, but anyway. Pretty sure I fixed it last night too. So Tuesday night, I'll get it out in a minute. 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. We'll open Obsidian Football and Absolute Basketball on Wednesday night. There are no new releases on Wednesday for a change, and I am going to take that as an off night to catch up on some shipping and things. On Thursday night, we will start a new case of Bowman Draft Jumbo Baseball, and it will be, once again, a half case break. So that is what we're opening tonight. Half case of 2019 Bowman Draft Jumbo Baseball. This is break number 2. Everything that we're opening tonight, well, it's just the one thing, but should be out the door and on the way to you approximately Wednesday. If I can get it shipped out to you sooner than Wednesday, I will happily do so. But right now, just kind of plan on that date, and if I can manage to accomplish it faster than that, I will. Okay, so this, of course, ended tonight on eBay. Same night we're breaking it, Saturday night, the 7th of December. And once again, this is the back half of a case, so it is case break number 2. There are going to be 4 boxes in it. It is Bowman Draft Jumbo that just came out on Wednesday. We've got our team names there on the left-hand side. eBay user ID of our winning bidder is across from each team on the opposite side. I didn't list the Nationals in here because there's some controversy about whether or not they have any cards in the product. Well, I say controversy. It's probably not controversial. But someone suggested to me in the first break that they think there are no cards, not even base. And I have not yet sorted break number 1 to determine that that is factual, but I'm assuming that it is. So therefore, I ended the listing that had been up for them tonight. Now then, we've got one more little piece of business here before we can get rolling, and that is me messing with the focus. I'm going to mix it up a little bit here, and you're going to notice that the background gets a little blurry, but please do not be worried about that. That is intentional, and it will just simply allow me to show you the cards that we pull up a little bit closer than we might otherwise be able to look at them. And it will also stop all that pesky zooming in and out, because nobody likes that. We are looking for 3 Chrome Prospect autograph cards inside each box. And there will be other parallels in here too, some numbered, some not, some paper, some chrome. We'll just kind of go a little slower through the first box to give you a general idea of what we're finding in here. And then in our subsequent boxes, we'll go through things a little faster. Chris is here. Hey, Chris. And so is Brian, looking for some Yankees. Chris, I believe I projected you guys out on the first break to be Monday, didn't I? I'm pretty sure that I did. So that is should still be on target at the moment. So guys, whenever I put up those dates the night of the break, those are usually pretty accurate. I mean, every once in a while I might get something out faster, but for the most part, when I give you the anticipated shipping dates, it's kind of taking into account what I know I have to get out ahead of it. Because, you know, there's always other breaks that have already happened that still have to be sorted and shipped. So when I provide you guys anticipated dates, it takes into account all of those fun factors, as well as how long it takes to actually get this stuff, you know, sorted and shipped, because this has got a lot of cards in it. This is not a quick break to sort by any means. All right, so I think that maybe helped us a little bit. I was trying to make sure we could see it up nice and close. So there's a lot of paper in here. The paper I'm just going to kind of buzz through at a pretty good little clip, unless it's numbered or paralleled in some point, in some way. There are also going to be loads of chrome cards. Some of them are base chrome like that. Some of them are pretty little refractors that look like this. And even our refractors in here are not numbered. Well, most of them are not numbered. Some of them will be, but the majority of them are not. But if they are numbered, I will call it out. Otherwise, you're going to be able to tell when we go through, of course, because the refractors have the pretty little rainbow of colors. Well, Brian, that's the information I just gave you guys a second ago. So the break that we're doing tonight, once again, anticipated to ship out by Wednesday the 11th. That's the info that was just up on the screen a moment ago. And obviously, anytime I can get something done sooner, I will. But otherwise, yeah, the date that I give you guys on the night of the live break is usually the best. All right, so San Diego Padres have Joshua Mears is our first autograph out. And you are correct. We are on the back part of a hot case. This actually, first half of this on Wednesday night was really a quite nice case. I'm hopeful that we are going to have more of the same tonight. Usually that's kind of the way it flows, I find. If it starts out hot, it kind of just goes hot. If it starts out cold, you're like, oh, I don't know. It doesn't always recover, you know. But the first half of this was pretty good. We got some decent color and some things that I think were of interest. So there's a refractor for the Red Sox and a refractor for the Brewers with Kelly. And we haven't seen one of these yet. This is a, excuse me, just an insert called Franchise Futures. For the most part, those are not going to be numbered. If we happen to run across one that is numbered, I would let you know. Those are chrome. They're not paper. You could probably tell that, but just in case. And this chrome is a parallel, but it is not numbered either. These light blue ones, they're numbered on the paper version, but they're not numbered in the chrome version. So for whatever that's worth. And let's see, what else? We've only seen one autograph so far. Of course, then again, I didn't open all the packs yet. We still got a bunch of packs sitting back there too. So I don't know. I just get anxious. I want to know what's in there. That's what I want to know. What's in there? Well, they make us do a lot of work before we get to find out what's in there most of the time, though, don't we? The Cardinals and Fletcher have a refractor. The Rockies and Golden with a refractor. There's the Dodgers with another Franchise Futures. And behind that is the Detroit Tigers. It's Blue Wave. It's numbered to 150. Signed, of course, Andre Lipkus. Lipkus? I don't know exactly how to say his name, but I'm sure that doesn't come as a shock to you. It might come as a shock to you if you haven't done a lot of breaks with me, but I butcher the names. I try really hard, but I just never get them right. Hardly ever, even for my own team, even for my Cincinnati Reds, who I watch all the time and hear all those names pronounced millions times. Half the time I still get their names wrong too. So, for whatever that's worth. It's just some kind of weird mental flaw I have with interpreting name pronunciation. The Padres, Mackenzie Gore, refractor, and you got Isbell there for the Kansas City Royals. This is the first draft progression insert that we've seen. Those, of course, on a Chrome card as well, and that particular one for the Mets, but I'm sure we're going to find plenty of those as we go along. And this little bad boy is numbered. So when you get the royal color blue, it's our traditional blue numbering to 150. It's only when we have the light blue ones that they're not numbered, as you know, in the Chrome version. They are in the paper version, oddly enough, but not the Chrome version. So one of the interesting little twists there of draft. Brian, what were you said you meant this one, what? You meant, I just see, you meant when is this one going to ship? Right, that's the one I was just talking about a minute ago, on Wednesdays when I'm projecting it. Is that what you're referring to? The Giants and Sean Jelly with a refractor. The Padres and Miller have a refractor. There's another draft progression. That one was the Blue Jays. We haven't seen one of these yet. They're 30th anniversaries, and they're cool. I like them. That's not a real signature, though. If somebody hasn't been on that before, that is a facsimile signature that is just printed on there. It's not an actual real-life signature on that card. So, for whatever that's worth. Most of you probably know that already, but you know what? Every once in a while, somebody doesn't, maybe, and you don't want somebody to be surprised and think they're getting an autograph and then find out, whoops, it's not. So I always try to just go over the relevant information so we all know what's what. And there's our base chrome coming out of this pack. Behind it, our refractors. That is the Orioles. We've got our first paper that is numbered. It's purple to 250. It's for the Pirates, and that's Matt Gorski. Followed by a little refractor for the Phillies with Vierling. First of these we've seen, a draft pick breakdown. There are plenty of these floating around. That one's the Braves. They're all going to be chrome. They're not going to be numbered for the most part. If we happen to come across a variation or something that is numbered, I will most assuredly flag it. But if you don't see me stop on it, then you're going to know it's just the base and not numbered. Which you're probably going to know anyway, just by looking at it, I imagine. Yeah, I do love to open Bowman Draft, but man, do I hate to sort it. There's so many cards. It's so few boxes to have so many cards. It takes a very long time. And even the sorting itself, once you get that done, that's only about half of the amount of time it takes to get it out the door. Because even after it's sorted, you know, you still have to get it ready to ship and packaged up and going to the right person and all that stuff. It's a monster to work with. And of course, Wednesday night we had a ton of stuff that we broke. I did get part of it out today, though. Part of a little bit of Wednesday went out ahead of schedule. That's the Mets with a refractor, the Astros with one, an insert for the Pirates, and an unnumbered light blue chrome for the Rays for Izzy Wilson. So we did manage to get a tiny little bit out ahead of schedule today. It wasn't much, but every little bit helps, right? And hopefully my hope is that I'll be able to get most of Bowman Chrome ready tomorrow. I usually try not to work a full day on Sunday because that's kind of supposed to be, you know, family day and stuff. But since we had so much releasing this week, I am planning on getting some hours in tomorrow, and that should allow us to still get everything out on Monday. Dodgers and Lewis, the Cardinals and Mateo Gill. At least I think it will. I think it will allow us to get it all out on Monday anyway. That's my plan. Probably supposed to be cold, gloomy day tomorrow anyway, so there you go. It'd be just as well to be sitting in here sorting cards, right? Means I won't have to go out and rake the leaves. Actually, I might have to go out and rake the leaves. I don't know. Got a bunch out there. Every time you think you're done, like the neighbor's tree blows another 5,000 in the yard. The Rangers with a refractor. The Twins, a refractor. And there's a draft progression for the Marlins. Some more base chrome and paper. Somebody asked me in a message prior to the break, do the paper cards ship in this break? Yes, they do. Now, that is not always the case, and that I tend more when we do the full cases of products like this, I strip out the paper base and I list it as a separate bidding category. That's more often than not, that's what I do. But when I decide to break them by the half case, like we're doing for the next few breaks, then I usually ship all the cards. To $499, that's paper. It's the Indians, Espinosa. And Dunning is your refractor for the White Sox. Freeman, a refractor for the Indians. The Diamondbacks with an insert. A little bit of base chrome. And back to paper. So I always just recommend that you check in that listing description, the part of the listing where I talk about the name of the product, the quantity of product, the date and time of the break, and all that jazz. That's the spot where I will always list extra information, as in like if paper base had its own bidding category, or something else had its own bidding category, or something extra included, something excluded, etc. Cubs, Jensen, refractor. Mariners, Campbell, refractor. Our third autograph out of box number 1 is Zach Thompson, headed to the St. Louis Cardinals. So yeah, I figure most people are scrolling down at least to that point. Probably a lot of people scroll down just to that part to find out the date and time of the break. So that's the reason I put all that info in there, to hopefully catch the most amount of eyeballs. But as I said, in this instance, yes, they're all shipping tonight. The Brewers and Dillard, refractor. The Twins and Costello, refractor. There's a draft progression coming through for the Rangers. And Tampa Bay Rays have a purple chrome Gomez, numbered to 250. Oh, and I know what else came up tonight. Somebody also sent me a message saying they had trouble reading their description, reading the description on their phone. Someone else told me that recently. A couple people have actually, but one person also offered me up the solution. They said that when that happens, you have to zoom out, apparently, on your phone. And then when you zoom out, the description will all be fully visible. Frankly, I don't know why eBay made a change where it's not, why you would have to do that. But all this just started a few months ago. It used to be that nobody ever had that issue. So I know it has something to do with how eBay changed their platform. And they gave us a little message like several months ago saying, oh, we're going to change the way the mobile works, blah, 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 but you don't have to do anything. Well, I might not have to do anything, but it sounds like it caused some problems, so I don't know what that's about. Oh, Chris, you like to stash some of the paper for the big prospects? Yeah, I mean, Chrome is always the most exciting part for, I shouldn't say always, but for many people, the Chrome cards in Bowman Draft and in regular Bowman are the more exciting part of the set. But there are definitely people who like to set build and do different things with the paper, so that's why sometimes we break them by the half case and send it all, and other times we break it by the full case and don't always send it all. The Pirates, Refractor, the Diamondbacks, same as, and the Twins with a little light blue parallel there for Spencer Steer. But the good news is, if we have a time when, say, paper base wasn't shipping in a future break, there would always be the opportunity for you to bid on that group of paper base. Because whenever I do that, I always offer up whatever it is, veteran base, paper base, etc., as a separate bidding spot. So sometimes there's some good value in that too, by the by. I know some people who buy just that, they don't care about the stuff out of the regular break. They just want to hoard that stuff. White Sox and Thompson Refractor, the Rays with a refractor for Doxakis, something like that, maybe. I don't know. I do know that this is purple and chrome, which means it is numbered to 250 for the Diamondbacks with Dominic Fletcher. And no more chrome in this little stack. At least not what's in my hot little hands. You said you never know when the next Mike Trout is coming. You'd hate to have a stack of Bowman. You wouldn't hate having a stack of Bowman first Bowman paper Trouts. I'll get it out in a minute. Boy, I struggled with that, didn't I? Baltimore Orioles and Ortiz, the Rockies, and Taglia. We have our autograph. One of our autographs is a purple parallel, numbered to 250 for the Dodgers. Jimmy Lewis is your first. Is that our first autograph out of this box? I want to say it is. I think it is anyway. I believe that it is. Was that my stack of chromes? I guess it was. Okay. I still stack them separately. I know that's weird because they're not shipping separately this time, paper and chrome. I'm just in the habit of doing it that way from all the times when we do sometimes split it out. I just kind of naturally split it out as I go. Blue Jays, Robertson, and the Tigers with Deathridge. Braves. Also helps to, when I have to go back after the break and sleeve some things maybe that I haven't done while we're going along. Makes it easier if they're all together in one spot. So, I don't know. I got my weird little ways of doing things. Who knows? Yofender 91 is here. Yofender. Maybe? Is it Yofender? Or is it Y Offender 91? Could be either one. Maybe it stands for Young Offender. Or maybe it really is Yofender. I don't know. Told you I'm bad at that. The Angels refractor, Adams. The Phillies have a refractor for Miller. The Giants with a draft progression. And here's a nice little speckle for the Rays. It's Izzy Wilson again. I think we had another Izzy Wilson parallel earlier, I think. We do, of course, recap at the end of the night where we'll take a look at our parallels that are numbered or in some way worthy of recapping. And, of course, our autographs. Happy holidays to you, too. Doesn't seem like the holiday season to me particularly, but it definitely is. All my shopping is long since completed. I've only got my sister's birthday is still coming up here in about, I guess, 12 days or so. Well, maybe a little more than that, but Dodgers and Jeter Downs, the Rays with Matthew Liberatore, draft progression for the Pirates. Another one of our 30th anniversaries. Remember, those are not numbered. And then some chrome base. I did learn several years ago, though, I better have my shopping done by Thanksgiving because of two reasons. One, I hate all the people in the flipping mall and all over the place when it's holiday shopping time. It makes me crazy. Two, Panini and Topps always dump so many products on me that I don't have that much extra time to be shopping. Once we hit that mark where, that Black Friday mark, boy, they pour it on you the rest of the year. Usually, the Detroit Tigers with the refractor for Cooper Johnson. And the Milwaukee Brewers have Ethan Small. The Twins franchise futures. Little base chrome. And there we go. I'm actually surprised they don't have any new releases this Wednesday. I mean, typically, they don't even care. They'll just crush you like they did with us last week and this week. This week, really. We had the Monday new release of Rookies and Stars, then all that stuff on Wednesday. And normally they just pour it on you again the following week, but we got a little lucky here, and they're only hitting us up on Friday next week, not on Wednesday. The Rays, that is J.J. Goss. San Diego Padres with Logan Driscoll. And an autograph for the Mariners. That is the refractor autograph, so it is numbered to 499. You'll see it up there under the Bowman Chrome logo. And so the Mariners with an autograph. We'll probably do some breaks. We won't break on Christmas Eve. I really never break on Christmas Eve. The Giants, Smith, the Yankees. Oh, nice with Florial. And there's a, oh, that's nice too. Little Adley Rutschman for the Orioles. Nice in the fact that he was the #1 draft pick. I mean, that's not a particularly rare card, but you get the idea. The Indians numbered to 99 with a green paper, Tyler Freeman. So I'm kind of happy that next week's not crazy on us. But Christmas Day, we probably will break Christmas Day, even though we won't Christmas Eve. We probably will on Christmas night. Usually by Thanksgiving night, Christmas night, like everybody's ready to have a break from their family. Is that awful to say? It's kind of bad to say, I guess. The Mets, this is paper. It is numbered to 499, and it is Newton. The Dodgers, Santana. The Diamondbacks with Varsho. A draft progression there for the Padres. A little more paper. It's hard to believe that we're not very far away from having 2020 Series 1 come out. Isn't that crazy to think about? Padres and Mirrors, the White Sox and Andrew Vaughn, and the White Sox were the franchise futures, followed by an autograph for the Mets. You got a little Josh Wolf out for the New York Mets. Of course, we do still have, what, Bowman's Best usually comes out right around the end of December, so I don't have the calendar in front of me, but that should be showing up for us before too awfully long. And I don't know what else. if there's any other baseball between now and the end of the year or not. I can't remember. They've changed up the calendar a lot this year. Luke and Baker for the Cardinals, and that's Packard for the Tigers. Draft breakdown. Oh, yeah, man. That's my guy. For the Reds, Nick Lodolo. Those paper ones like to suction on to the back of the chrome. Just got to check those bad boys. So yeah, I'll have to remember to go back and look at the revised calendar and see what is still left to come down this year. Because you know, it used to be that we had Luminaries is not a product that is that old. It's just 2 or 3 years old, but it used to be like a November, December product. They moved it. It was earlier than normal, and a couple of other things they moved around that would normally fall more in this time range that fell earlier this year. But we will have tons of Bowman's Best, always. I like that. Well, I like all Bowman. You guys know I like my Bowman stuff. So I always get as much as they'll give me, generally. Saw a new product solicitation the other day as well. You know, last year we didn't have, well, this year for 2019, we did not have Bowman High Tech. It was replaced by Bowman Sterling. I don't know whether or not they're going to keep Bowman Sterling as an active product, but I did see that we're going to have a product called Top Sterling at the somewhat early part of the year, since we've already pre-ordered it. It's probably 4 or 5 months from now. And it's really expensive. It's very high end. The Atlanta Braves, Bo Phillip. That's paper, light blue to $499. The Reds, my Cincinnati Reds, Eric Yang. The Diamondbacks and Henry. The Diamondbacks franchise futures. And then we have a few base chrome. And then back to the paper. So yeah, that looks like it's going to be an interesting product. It's probably going to come out somewhere close to when Definitive comes out, because both of those were solicited in a similar time frame. So I'd say their release dates are probably not terribly far apart for next year, of course. The Mariners, Logan Gilbert. The Diamondbacks and Jameson. The Landrew Vaughn. Some blue paper, this one being royal blue. It is numbered to 150 for the Angels. That is Jack Kochanowitz. Something maybe not even close to that. But it's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So there you go. Did we finish looking at that stack? I feel like we didn't. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we did. So I had that laying down there, but I don't think we had finished it. Now we have finished it. And if you looked at it twice, sorry, but I don't think we had looked at it. That's a Refractor Nunez for the Marlins. The Royals have one with John Rave. And then we've got an autograph for the Dodgers. And it is a refractor. It is numbered to 499. And you've got yourself a little Jimmy Lewis for the Dodgers. Everybody's so quiet tonight. It's interesting. Some nights chat's really like lively all night long. Some nights it's completely dead. Most nights it's somewhere in between. Steady, but not crazy busy. But tonight's one of those nights where everybody's like, yeah, I'm kicked back. I'm not talking. The Yankees and Sanford. The White Sox and James Beard. I see an orange on the horizon. And draft progression for the White Sox. Our orange is for the Tigers. There's no autograph on it, but I don't know that we care about that. I like seeing orange. I bet you do too. Numbered to 25 for the Tigers, it is Cooper Johnson. So that's our first orange of the night. I don't remember if we had any orange in the first half of this case or not. Can't recall if we did. We had several nice things in there, but I really want to say maybe there wasn't any orange. I think there was maybe gold, but no orange, maybe. I don't know. I'll be working on sorting it tomorrow, and then I can tell you. The Marlins, Devers. The Marlins with Mesa. Nice. Draft prospects for my Cincinnati Reds. And once again, the anniversary with the facsimile signature on it for the Rays. And that's that stack. Hi, Jeff. This is box number 3 of 4 that we're in, for those of you who have jumped in part of the way through. The Indians and Hankins, the Rays and Wilson, the Dodgers with a franchise futures. Then we've got an autograph coming up for the Twins with Wallner. He's got an interesting looking signature. Matt Wallner. In general, though, baseball signatures are far superior to football signatures. In recent years, a lot of football rookies have just gotten sloppy, and they sign a first initial or maybe a first and last initial if you're lucky. Very small percentage of them even bother to sign their full name in football, it seems. So it's kind of nice to see a little better, if that's the right word to use, more complete, maybe, signature in baseball. Kansas City Royals, Alec Marsh. The Orioles and D.L. Hall. Pirates have a franchise futures insert. Of course, I've been saying forever, we're going to get to that generation of kids that hasn't been taught cursive. And when those kids come up, their autographs are going to be what? Printed? And they're going to sign an X or something like that? I mean, like crazy, right? Maybe someone will teach them cursive to sign their name just for the purposes of their autograph. Who knows? Burdick, Miami Marlins, the Rays, and Gomez. And we have a green signature to 99 for the Tigers. The guy, Andre Lipkiss. Or Lipkiss? I don't know. Texas Rangers and Garcia, the Red Sox to Zephyrhahn, Ryan Zephyrhahn. It's Orioles with an insert. Twins, Angels, and Brewers with base chrome. Basketball players' signatures are kind of middle of the road. They're not usually quite as good as the ones penmanship-wise that you see in baseball, but they're definitely not as bad as the ones in football. The Phillies, Baylor. The Pirates, Swaggerty. Cardinals, light blue, chrome, unnumbered, for Tony Losi. Draft Pipeline, Cardinals. So I guess you saw the Phillies are going after Anthony Rendon. Of course, they already signed Zach Wheeler at like what I thought was a pretty high contract for Zach Wheeler. But anyway, they did. And now I guess the Nats came out and said, look, we're not going to be able to afford to keep both Strasburg and Rendon. One of them's going to go. So now the Phillies are making a big play for Rendon. And you just kind of think, like, how much money do the Phillies have? Because they just paid Bryce Harper all that money, and they're already saying, yeah, we're going to have to upgrade your supporting cast because we didn't get where we wanted to get with just you. They probably should have known that going in. The Mets and Newton, the Indians and Valdez. And that's a draft progression for the Tigers. To 150, the Rockies. Purple parallel for Toglia. Because honestly, if you could win with just one guy, the Angels would win the World Series every year. So you would think the Phillies would know that you're not going to win just by adding Bryce Harper. I guess they figured that out. But now their payroll, skyrocketing. I was glad the Nationals gave Howie Kendrick another deal. I think it was a short deal, like a year or something, but, you know, Howie Kendrick's been around a long time, but he stepped up during that World Series, and you got to account for locker room presence and everything else, and I'm really glad that they re-upped Howie. That is the Padres, and it's Ryan Weathers. This is the one I meant to do. Peyton Burdick. This is paper, and it's purple, numbered to 250 for the Marlins. Blue Jays, little insert there for the Braves with the draft pick breakdown. Oh, those paper ones hiding on the back. We are headed into last box. So for sure, it is last box mojo time. We are going to hope that we find something amazing in here to close out this half of the case. Hopefully we're going to get lucky. Pull some heat. Yeah, Yankees and the Twins. Draft progression for the Blue Jays. This is Chrome. Royal Blue to 150, Ornelas, Padres. Kind of crazy that Alabama is not going to be in the championship this year, isn't it, in football? You know, listen, my Kentucky's my team. I graduated from there, so I'm no Alabama fan because, well, you know, nobody likes the team that's way better than they are. I mean, my Kentucky football is getting better, but we're no Alabama, that's for sure. But you always kind of just expect that they're going to be in those college football playoffs, because ever since those college football playoffs have been in existence, these short few years, you've always had Alabama. Diamondbacks, Mercer, the Rays, and Johnson. Blue Jays. So maybe that means that it's going to be a changing of the guard in the SEC. Franchise futures to 250 for the White Sox. That one is numbered, and it is also a refractor. Most of our others that we have, well, all of our others that we have seen of franchise futures have not been refractors or numbered. So it's also crazy to think that Louisville is #1 in basketball. Like, new coach recently in a world of hurt for, well, all those scandals, and then their guy who got paid and all that stuff, and all of a sudden, U of L basketball, #1. Crazy. Joey Bart, I love this guy. That is to 499. It's paper for the San Francisco Giants. Wish we would find you some Joey Bart ink. Red Sox and the A's. Diamondbacks, back to base chrome, I mean. I'm still just kind of, I don't know. Still kind of unhappy with what's developed so far with my Reds in the offseason. Mariners and White, the Mets and Ronnie Mauricio. The Pirates get an autograph. And that is your man, Quinn Priester. And I said it before, I like Mike Moustakas. I really do like him. He's a good player, seems like a good guy. But we overpaid him, and we don't have a position of need where we're going to be playing him. Reds have tons of infielders, tons of them. Last thing we need is another infielder, and I guess what they're saying is we're going to put him on second. Like, why are we putting him on second? Well, because Votto's entrenched over there on first, and Suarez definitely has third locked down. The Twins and Wallner, the A's and Baum. There's a draft progression for the Diamondbacks. 30th anniversary insert for the Marlins. That's Victor Mesa, again with a printed signature. I just don't understand why we paid him so much money. I mean, there's a reason the guy's been having to play on these one-year deals, and that's because he was asking for a lot of money, and everybody's going like, no, at your age, we don't want to give you a long-term deal at that kind of money. Which, I mean, just might as well be a big red flag for the Reds to go, oh, hey, yeah, us, we'll do it. I mean, it's just crazy, isn't it? Just crazy. I don't understand. The Mets and Josh Wolf, the Cardinals and Nolan Gorman, the Padres with an insert. Here come the Twins with a speckle. And the Twins have Anthony Prado for your speckle. You are asking me what's going on with Vladimir Gutierrez. I don't know what is going on. You tell me, I don't know. What's going on with Vladimir Gutierrez? No, I was busy complaining about the Reds giving a long-term, well, it's only 4 years, but it's 3 years longer than it should be, to Mike Moustakas. The Marlins and Peyton Burdick, paper, light blue to 499. And we've got the Braves and the Cubbies. J.J. Bleday comes out with a nice little Miami Marlins draft pick insert. And as much as I hate to say this, I really do hate to say this, because I do, I like Joey Votto a lot, and he's been very good for the Reds organization. But I don't think Joey Votto needs to be our everyday first baseman anymore either. But I guess it's another deal where we're paying him so much money. Maybe he has to be. I don't know. But I would like to maybe see that change a little bit too. The Miami Marlins, Sanchez. The Mets, purple, paper to 250, Josh Wolf. Texas Rangers with Young. Marlins franchise futures. And you hate to kind of say that, too, about Votto, because, I mean, gosh, it's not like he's bad. He's not bad, but he's also not as good as he used to be. I guess is that the way we say it, right? I mean, that is the question. See, who knows? I mean, they do so much of that stuff for service time manipulation. Kansas City Royals and Massey. And there's Nova for the Astros. Pittsburgh Pirates with an insert. You never know why anybody does anything anymore in that regard, but usually stuff like that has to do with either who's in front of them, who's blocking their path to get to the next level, or service time manipulation, or a combination of the two. So, but you never know. I mean, the Reds make some weird decisions. I'm just telling you. There. That is what I've been looking for. Right there. For the Baltimore Orioles, it's numbered to 250. I would have maybe preferred it to be numbered a little lower, but that's exactly who I've been looking for. So Orioles, there you go. There's your Adley Rutschman right there. It did hold out to our last box. We did get last box mojo. That makes me happy. I was really hoping to pull that before we got out of here. And there it is. Yay, yay, yay. Ah, Chris, that made you happy. Right? Yeah. I was starting to get nervous too, man. I'm like, dang, I'm not getting what I want to see out of this second half of this case after the first half was so hot. And that made me very happy. That was excellent. Diamondbacks and Christian Robinson. The Blue Jays with Alex Manoah. And David Peterson, etc. Draft progression for the Mets. I got myself all sidetracked. I'm kind of, stargazing a little bit over there at the Adley. I'm happy that we hit it. Got 2 packs left. I also kind of secretly like it when a big bomb waits until the last box to come out, because, it falls in line with our last box mojo kind of vibe. The Orioles and Stowers, the Dodgers with Jack Little. This is paper to 150. It's Dalton Varsho for the Diamondbacks. Another autograph out for the Blue Jays, this one. Kind of anticlimactic after Adley, but there's Kendall Williams for the Blue Jays. Yeah, it doesn't always work out that the big hit comes out of the last box, but a lot of times it does. It's kind of spooky. Yeah, Chris, you hit really well in the first half too, didn't you? So as a whole, this case, I think, treated you very well. There's the Mets with Andrew Allen, the Indians with Christian Cairo, the Blue Jays, light blue, chrome parallel, not numbered, brown, draft progression, Padres. And we're about through it. And that's the last of it. All right, let's do a little recapping. Let's take a look. Take a look at what we found in the second half of this case. So we'll flip through all these again. Keep in mind that the light blue ones that are chrome, like this, are not numbered. Our light blue that are paper are to $4.99. This royal blue, what I'm going to call UK blue, because, well, I went to school there, those are all numbered to 150, whether they're paper or not. That is paper for the Diamondbacks. Purples are to 250, whether they are paper or chrome. This is paper for the Mets. The Marlins, there's a paper to $499. And this is not numbered, but you don't find a whole lot of the speckles in here. So that's the Twins with Prado to $4.99. That's paper. Joey Bart for the Giants. This is our only franchise futures that is a refractor. It's also numbered to 250. It's the White Sox. It's to 150 for the Padres. Paper to 250. Marlins. Colorado Rockies to 250. Unnumbered Cardinals. To 25, your Detroit Tigers. The Angels, paper to 150. That is the Braves, paper to $4.99. The Mets, paper to $4.99. Indians, paper to $99. A speckle for the Tampa Bay Rays, Izzy Wilson. Diamondbacks to $250. The Twins, unnumbered. The Rays to $250. The Indians, paper to $4.99. Rays, unnumbered, Izzy Wilson again. Pirates, paper to $250. White Sox to $150. Brewers, unnumbered. Now our autographs, we've got the Blue Jays and Kendall Williams, the big hit, the big guy, to $250. Baltimore Orioles with Adley Rutschman. Pittsburgh Pirates, Quim Priester, whichever, to $99. Andre Lipkas for the Tigers. The Twins, Matt Wallner. The Dodgers to $499. Jimmy Lewis. The Mets hit Josh Wolf. The Mariners to $499. Brandon Williamson. The Dodgers and Jimmy Lewis to $250. The Cardinals, Zach Thompson. The Tigers to $150. There's Mr. Andre again. That's a Blue Wave. And we got things started tonight with the Padres and Joshua Mears. So there you go, kids. That is the break for tonight and the recap. But here's what's going to come up next. I am going to show you the spreadsheet information one more time. If you happen to miss it, here it comes. So what we're breaking tonight should be out the door and on the way to you roughly Wednesday. As always, if I can get something out faster than you see there on the screen, I will do so. And occasionally, if something comes up and life interferes, it could always be a day later. But generally speaking, as we stand right here today, I am anticipating that it will be Wednesday. Every team pulled cards in here, so we don't have to worry about consolation cards in this particular break. So tomorrow night, we're going to start early, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. It'll be a half case of Leaf autographed football jerseys and a half case of Prism basketball. Monday night, Elite Extra Edition baseball by the half case. Keep in mind that in Elite Extra Edition, beyond our teams, there are two other bidding categories. One is for all Team USA cards. The other one is for all unsigned international players. Tuesday night, once again, we'll start early, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. We're going to open a case of Obsidian football and a case of Absolute basketball. Wednesday night will be an off night. Thursday night, we're going to crack into a new case of Bowman Draft Jumbo baseball. So that'll be start of a minty, fresh new case on Thursday night. And I guess that has got me covered for tonight. So as always, thank you. I appreciate you being here with me. If I do not see you again tomorrow night, hopefully I'll see you again somewhere soon. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Happy holidays, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.